This video is going to be your ultimate guide to living in Hilliard, Ohio. This suburb of Columbus is pretty impressive, both in terms of its population and the variety of interesting facts and things to do. We'll cover everything you need to know, from cost of living to shopping to restaurants, local history, events, opinions, and so much more. It also happens to be where I live. My name is Jeni Reitz. I'm a realtor in the Columbus area, and if you're interested in what it's like to live in and around the Columbus metro area, you've come to the right place. Stay tuned for the ultimate guide to living in Hilliard, Ohio. Hilliard is about 14 miles northwest of Columbus, which is only about 20 minutes by car. At certain spots on bridges, you can actually see the Columbus skyline in the distance. The main way to get here is on 270, which runs straight through Hilliard's west side. Also, we have a big wide section of the Scioto River that runs through Hilliard as well. Hilliard is about 13 square miles, and I'll admit that's not really too big or too small for a suburb. It's kind of the perfect size. Starting in the 90s, we experienced a huge growth. In fact, by the year 2000, the population had actually doubled since 1990. And as of 2019, the population was about 36,500 people. In case you're wondering, that isn't actually as high of a population density as it might sound, given that Hilliard is only 13 square miles. It's about 2,700 people per square mile, and there are well over 100 US cities with more than 10,000 people per square mile. So it's not sparsely populated by any means, but it's not jammed up full of people either, although some of the locals might tell you differently. That being said, tell it to someone sitting in traffic, because they may not be impressed. Traffic in Hilliard honestly is pretty bad. A lot of people really hate it. Part of the problem, though, is that even though we've been growing, the city really hasn't kept up with the infrastructure to have the roads expand with it. There's some protected lands too that can make it difficult to expand. As for industry, we're really not all that great either as far as industry is concerned. BMW Financial Services is headquartered in Hilliard, and they were ranked one of the 10 best places to work in Central Ohio by the Great Places to Work Institute and by the Society for HR Management. They have about 1,000 employees. Aside from that, people do actually say that Hilliard hasn't done all that well for corporations, but we're so close to Columbus that most people living in Hilliard just commute to Columbus to work. There's some unique stuff to do in Hilliard. One place that you will definitely want to check out, even though I'll admit I haven't, is the Early Television Museum. It's the only one of its kind, and it's the only one of its kind in the entire country. They have the largest collection of old TVs in the US, and many of them are actually still working, even though some of them are 100 years old. If you're a tech nerd or history buff, which I'm not, this is actually a super unique thing to check out. Speaking of history, you should also stop by our First Responders Park. It's the second largest in the US, and it does have a very special artifact. One of the 5 American flagpoles that survived the attack on 9/11 is here, and it is the only one still in use. You'll find it in the Reflection Garden, which is a memorial to 9/11. Now, for something a little bit more lighthearted, you can visit the Franklin County Fair. Central Ohio, of course, is home to the Ohio State Fair, and for those that find that too big, the Franklin County Fair is a really nice small town alternative. You can also check out Old Hilliard Fest. This happens every September in downtown Hilliard, and it's basically a street fair. You'll find live music, local food, games, carnival rides, and there's even a car show and a sunflower show. Other outdoor events are also happening regularly at Station Park, which is a great new outdoor venue that's right at the start of the Heritage Trail. Which, by the way, Heritage Trail is a 6-mile multi-purpose trail, which is great for lovers of the outdoors. It has a whole park around it too, Heritage Trail Park, which is 87 acres. There are also some pretty sweet restaurants in Hilliard. Starliner Diner, one of my favorite, has been here forever and everybody loves it. It's Cuban food, and it's actually among the highest rated on Google. Another top rated spot is Louie's Grill Fusion Restaurant, variety of foods there. Downtown is a great place to find good food and also drinks. I'd recommend Cricket Can, which, as you can maybe guess by the name, is an awesome brewery. They also have a designated outdoor refreshment area in the downtown area, which pairs nicely with the brewery because basically you can walk around with alcohol. Food-wise, you've got some food trucks, and I'd also recommend Local Cantina because their tacos are amazing. What about shopping? Well, although you're super close to Columbus, you're really never going to have to go there unless you want to, of course. All of your daily shopping needs can be met right here in Hilliard. The main place to go is the Hilliard Square Shopping Center, and it's just your classic all-you-could-ask-for strip mall. There's food places, there's a grocery store, bars, coffee shops, there's a local B&B there, and you've even got a little music store. So what does all of this cost to live here? The fact that Hilliard has been growing so fast for so long proves a couple of things, actually. One, people want to live here, and two, prices are just going to keep going up. Today, both rent and average home values are slightly above the US average. Rent will cost you roughly around $1,164 a month, and according to Zillow, the average home is worth about $311,000. Note, that is a 17.3% increase in the last year. That's a lot. Not too many listings here either, despite being a fairly populous area. A recent Zillow check showed only 65 homes for sale. It's all over the country. It's just low inventory currently. And of course, last but not least, let's talk briefly about the schools. Hilliard County School District has 43 public schools, and several have been given an A rating by niche.com. Bradley, Darby, and Davidson are among those. They're the high schools. And my kids grew up through the Hilliard schools, and we love them. Personal opinion. All in all, Hilliard is a great place to live if you're trying to be just outside the big city. You won't escape the city congestion here or avoid long lines or traffic jams, but you'll definitely find great places to eat, to hang out, get outdoors, and have a relaxed, good time. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this ultimate guide to Hilliard, Ohio. If there's anything I didn't cover that you want to know about, please by all means leave me a comment or call or text. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Also, be sure to subscribe, as I'll be making videos each week that give you the inside scoop on what it's like to live in and around the Columbus, Ohio area. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you all next time.